Greetings, humans. Greetings, and welcome back to another fun-filled episode. Beer here, 29-year veteran. Out in the woods, people, it's where bears live. 7 out of 8 TikTok women, they would agree. I'd rather see a bear in the woods than a man in the woods. It's YouTube's number 2 show by the bear. Dang you, Tay Delegua, whatever the hell the name is. Venezuela gang, they took number 1 away from beer. We'll see you in the Supreme Court, man. Me and my lawyer, the owl, out here. It is your emotional support animal, people. It's great to have all of you here with us here today. Got a great fun show up for you people upcoming. That's right, Melissa. We are going to be doing a review. That would be of a Aaron Lopresti's. That would be Kid Carter, people. I had a little bit of a mini stroke there in between all the A's there, so hopefully I'm still with it here, people. Hello, all this better not be 2 of 18, which, by the way, that reminds old Bear, as we go into chapter 2 of our Greek fashion update here with the pepelos. That would be a gown worn by a lot of Greek women in ancient times. In the next hour, we are going to be discussing this in length. No, we're not going to do that. Oh man, did we have a fun time the last time? Holy cow, if you were not here, people, you were not here. You totally missed out. Last night's show, Bear did a little bit of an April Fool's joke on old P Money out here. Save it for April 1st, 2026. Well, listen, if you know it's coming up, then it's not a surprise. I mean, you gotta be a little bit of a surprise in there for people. You can't just be like, oh, okay, it's April 1st, right? It's gonna be April Fool's something or other. No, you gotta make sure that people think you're gonna go one way and then you go completely different. Oh man, I'm still laughing. Still laughing, people. I had a great time. I don't care anybody else got that or not, just as long as I can pin that on old P Money out here. That was a great day for beer. Oh man. But you're right, Melissa. We are going to be doing a review here of a Kit Carter. I don't know. Should we go ahead and just start with it? I don't have any campaign updates. Unfortunately, I don't have any. I mean, we can check it out here. Hold on 1 second. I'll go check out Gary Shipman's book as he continues on Indiegogo. $13,704. Go check it out, people. Right out loud. Forgot to bring in the chat here. And of course, Cyberfrog as well. $804,641. Congratulations, sir. And I don't think, what was this? Eric Ninaltowski's art book. I thought he was going to continue it for another 30 days. Apparently there wasn't enough interest in that. Not due to Bear, for crying out loud. I told you to go check it out, but it wasn't check it out, it did. Check out, it did. You people didn't check it out. That's what Beer's trying to say. Thank you, P-Money. Thank you, P-Money. Yeah, let's do the review first. All right. Let's do it. I need to, let me turn on a couple lights here. So give Beer un momento. I will put some additional stuff up here. So let me go ahead and get rid of that. Do the thing with the thing. I can put that up. No, I'm not going to put up footwear. I kid, people, I kid. Oh, for crying out loud. Hold on, where? Yeah, we'll leave it on that. Give Bear just 1 second here. I need to turn on a couple lights and talk amongst people. This is what you should do the first 5 minutes of the show, is you should say, yeah, I'm going to leave for just a moment, so you people talk amongst yourselves, and Bear will be right back. Be right back. think I'm back. Let me check. Hold on 1 second here, people. Test. I'm here. Oh, well, hello all. This is Bear Stan from Monet to announce his fashion is now banned from the channel. Oh, for crying out loud. Really auto kind of changes P-Money to Monet. Oh, well, I did it anyways, P-Money. Did it anyways for you good people. So, alright, let's get into it, people. We've got a great book upcoming for you here, people. So, hold on, let me do the thing with the thing. Test. Okay, that works. I gotta go way over to the other side here to do the old video here. So, let's go ahead. Jump right on into it, people. One second here. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Alright, people. Here we go. We've got a great book to check out here for you good people. That would be Aaron Lopresti's Planet Doom, Kid Carter Planet Doom, the Galactic Ranger, people. We've got the hardcover here. Got the hardcover that Bear checked out. I just checked it out just the other night, people. So fresh off Bear's noggin out here, we're gonna check this out. Number one, I liked it. I really liked the book. Kind of continues in Aaron Lopresti's, I forget how you call it. Is it the Lopresti verse? The Empire Comics verse? I don't know exactly what he's kind of calling, oh gosh, what was that? Oh, I'm having a brain freeze on his other book here. The Wraith of God. I got it, people. Kind of in that same sort of universe for Aaron Lopresti here. So I got to check this out just the other night. Great artwork that he has in here. It's not a review without a theme song. Okay. Bear reviews Planet Doom. Good. Are we good? Are we good with that? Hope we're good with that. Alright, let me get back to it here, people. Some great artwork from Aaron Lopresti out here, people. Let me show you a couple panels that he has here. If Bear can get to it, 1 second. Crying out loud. So we have, that would be Kid Carter here, our kind of main character here. Now, I gotta say, right off the bat, so I checked it out. I'm coming into Kid Carter Planet Doom not knowing anything about it other than it's being drawn, by Aaron Lopresti. He's writing it. It's in sort of that Wraith of God universe that he has. So that was kind of Bear's impression coming into the book. So first couple pages, was great. She was, let me see, she was battling some sort of giant monster. Some sort of rock lava monster. I'm like, oh wow, okay. So Bear's first impression of the book, just the first page or two into it, I kind of figured it was, and I didn't know that it was already I think it was either a cartoon strip or another comic book that he'd already done before. I thought it was a brand new IP from Aaron, so I came into that thinking that it's brand new and all that sort of stuff. So I'm figuring it, it's a little bit like what I would call kind of a space Indiana Jones, an action adventure book. So she's out there kind of battling this giant rock monster here. There we go, battling it out in the cave and everything. She's got a chimp in the rocket ship that they fly around in space with, a space chimp, Merv, the space chimp. So he's back there. I'm like, okay. They're going to be trying to figure out a way to outsmart the lava rock monster and everything. And then it kind of switched on Bear. I did not realize that this was more of a comedy, kind of slapstick comedy book. So Merv, the space chimp, comes out. He's like, oh, I'm sorry I'm late. I was in the bathroom or something like that. So Bear was like, oh my gosh, okay, there's this very big, bad, dangerous lava monster out there trying to take out Kid Carter. And, you know, the monkey was just like, you know, nonchalant about it. So it took Bear a couple pages kind of figure out what was going on with the story, figure it out. Oh, okay, it's not Indiana Jones in space. I guess the best way that Bear can describe it is maybe like, uh, I suppose, how would you do this? Maybe Ghostbusters in space. That sort of humor, comedy, 1980s style kind of comedy out there. I can tell that Aaron is kind of making fun of the 1980s, or yeah, probably 1980s, maybe 1990s, 70s, maybe even Saturday morning cartoons. It's kind of a send up of that type of material. So once Bear kind of figured that out, I was like, oh, okay, all right, I am now. I can understand what we're doing. I can understand where we're going with it and everything. So took Bear a couple pages, but we got into it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed um, watching, number one, the great artwork that Aaron did. Number two, Kelsey Shannon, always an excellent read when you've got Kelsey Shannon doing the colors. So always enjoyed his sort of play on colors back and forth. Um, you go through the different pages and it's almost like going through a sort of a Crayola box out there where all the different colors, but it all blends in. It all blends in. You know, you gotta go from your more subtle blues and maybe greens over to your more impactful like this right here with the more reds and blacks. And I like the contrast there too with the blue of her spacesuit there with the red and the black in the background. So I really liked it. It's very interesting. Like you said, kind of an '80s Saturday morning cartoon kind of homage, send up to it. I really liked it. He had a really I will talk about this in just a minute, but he had a very interesting character here called Lord Menace. What a great character name. Lord Menace. So he is the Lord of the Planet Doom, they call it. It was called something else. I forget. I think Roger Corman Planet or something like that. He's kind of doing a throwback, but they called it Planet Doom. I thought that was pretty cool. So very interesting how he kind of assembled some of the characters. Basically, the story is Kit Carter gets a assignment from, I guess, her boss at the Galactic Ranger battalion, I suppose. I don't know. Go to Planet Doom. There is, oh gosh, I forgot the name of it. The Eye of Osiris or something like that. Whatever it is, the MacGuffin of the story. Somebody has stolen the MacGuffin from, I believe they were kind of like, I don't know what you call, I hate to use the term, the guardian of a galaxy, but sort of a ancient being or a alien out there that's been watching over this MacGuffin. It's stolen out from under him. Like, oh my gosh! It goes to Lord Menace out here. He's trying to use it, number one, to save his planet. You know, he's going to use the power of the eye of the MacGuffin to save the planet. But really, what he wants it for is to conquer the galaxy. He's got a little bit of a Napoleon complex there. Says, you know what, we could save the planet, but you know what would be better would be to take over the galaxy instead. So he's got nefarious plans. So Kid Carter is sent out to take on Lord Menace and his minions out here. You take them out, take them on. So some great artwork. I love the coloring in here from Kelsey Shannon. He's doing some really great work. Really enjoyed that sort of stuff. I would probably, well, anyways, so it goes on. Kit Carter, she arrives at the planet. Merv, the space chimp's not really that interested in what's going on, so she's got to take on some stuff on her own, but then Merv end up coming around. They end up kind of like a little buddy comedy sort of situation there. They have a kind of through line where the planet is so dangerous that he's trying to get Lord, what's his name, Lord Menace. He's trying to get a delivery. He's kind of like a DoorDash. He's trying to get food delivery into his lair there, and every time they send somebody out, it gets killed by one of the wild creatures out there on the planet. So when Kid Carter arrives, not only does she have to survive, her partner out there that's not really that interested in what's going on, she has to survive all the crazy wild animals, and there's like a giant tree that grows up that's sentient. There's giant pterodactyl birds in the sky and everything, so gotta watch out for all that. Finally gets to Lord Menace's lair, and sets to defeat him, but what was his name? Hold on. Empyrus. Empress, however you pronounce it. I'm calling him the Guardian of the Galaxy. He's out there, finally shows up, and they do battle. Him and Lord Menace do battle, and, well, I'm not going to spoil the ending for anybody out here, but the good guys survive, and the bad guys get what they deserve, if you know what I'm meaning, people out here. So very cool, very good. I liked the book. I would say probably maybe like an 8.5 out of 10 for Old Bear here. Planet Doom. I had a couple issues with it. I had just a couple issues with it, and it might just be from Bear. It could be Bear's own experience with it because coming in, I didn't know that much about Planet Doom or Kid Carter itself. Apparently, there's been several issues of Kid Carter in the past, so I didn't quite get the humor right away. Once I did, I was like, oh, okay. It's kind of a send-up for the 80s sort of Saturday morning cartoons and everything. Okay, I get that. I understand. Going with the theme of it being kind of like a Ghostbusters type situation out there. The one thing that I would say about Kid Carter Planet Doom that kind of took it away from Bear, I gotta mark a negative spot on there, and maybe this is just Bear in the way that he's reading it. If you're gonna do a comedy, out there. Comedy, especially comedy writing, is pretty hard. It's a very fine line between, you're laughing at something and then you're rolling your eyes at something. And I'm not saying that's the case here with Kid Carter, but it's that very fine line that you've gotta be able to divide here. Bear's complaint. I liked the humor in there, and there's some great lines I'll have to show you in just a moment here. Some great lines, some great characters in there as well, but other than, what was his name? Empyrus. Other than Empress, everybody in the entire book was kind of yucking it up. Everybody was in the comedy sphere where they were doing. They had like I said, they had this kind of little bit here where he's trying to get DoorDash, and Lord Menace out there is trying to get DoorDash and just can't get it and everything. I felt you needed a straight man or a straight alien, out here in your comedy. If everybody is doing comedy and you have sort of galactic or world-ending stakes out there, somebody needs to be the straight man. Somebody needs to play it straight. So if you think like Ghostbusters out there, of course, Bill Murray and everybody else, Dan Aykroyd, everybody else can be funny, but it wouldn't work if, like, for example, the people in New York City, the mayor and that sort of, the police, that sort of deal, if they were all yucking it up as well. If you didn't think that the Ghostbusters were going to have their business taken away from them or something like that, it wouldn't have that same impact. You need somebody out there to be able to carry the load as the straight guy, to make the jokes later on with your other characters work. So I felt that Lord Menace, he wasn't menacing enough, even though that's in his name. He wasn't as menacing as he should have been. I felt like he should have been a little bit more evil. He was evil enough, but he's joking it up with his minions here and everything. I felt you could have taken away the DoorDash stuff, and it would have been fine. But really, it just needed a tweak on his character there. I would have made him the more serious person. Or what was the what was the character's name in Ghostbusters 2? The big bad guy. You know, Lord, whatever it was, the big bad guy in the film. So it'd be like if the big bad guy in Ghostbusters 2 was yucking it up the whole time. It wouldn't quite work. Wouldn't quite work out there. So that's my only sort of knock on it a little bit. But otherwise, I thought it was a really great book. In fact, hold on one second, people. Let me find that line. Let me find the line here. In the book for you good people. I thought he had some great one-liners in here, and this would be a really great example of him being Lord Menace, being menacing here. If you can give Bear... Oh, here it is. Here it is. And by the way, great colors. Great colors, by the way. Let me get back to it here. There we go. Oh, shoot, I got my marker in the way. Ah, for crying out loud. That happens, people. Professional show one of these days. One of these days. I love this line here. What was it? They're fighting it out here. They're fighting it out. There's Lord Menace. He just took out Kit Carter and the space monkey Merv, the space chimp, out there. I thought, so you're in the heat of the book here. You're in the heat of the book. By the way, great colors, by the way. I love this line. Let's see if we can get to it. It'll focus. Focus, darn you. Focus. It's not focusing. I'll just go ahead and read it. Lord Menace, one of the great lines in here. Your words are meaningless to me. I literally don't understand a word you said. Enjoy your death. I know I will. Oh, what a great line. What a great line. So anyways, he's being battled out here with, what's his name? Empress. Let me see if I can flip to the old next page here. Which, by the way, one of the other things that Bear likes is Aaron's ability to go just from panels to... This isn't quite a full page here, but he's got a number of these full pages out here. Cthulhu. Great coloring, by the way, from Kelsey Shannon. I like how they're even opposed in coloring out there. I thought that's pretty cool. So there they go, battling it out. Kelsey Shannon does this thing where every once in a while he'll do a panel where it's just... I like the coloring on his outfit here, but he'll leave everything else blank in a white space there. So I don't mind that every once in a while, but yeah, he seemed to be a little bit heavy-handed with it on occasion. But no, very cool. I like that. In the hardcover here, I'm trying not to spoil it for people. Try not to spoil it. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on there. Whacking giant space worms or something. There you go. Oh, this is another good line. I will never relent. I will fight to the death. And he's like, that's the idea. Urgh. Pretty cool. But he also had in the back of the book here some of the sketches from other artists out here. So if I can find it here. Andy Smith. Very cool. Renee. Still in love with old Bear here. Renee. Are we allowed to talk about Renee? I don't know. Are we allowed to talk about Kelsey? For crying out loud. There's one from Aaron Lopresti. We got a great one from Dan Lawless on the back cover here. So a lot of great stuff. Nice thick book. Enjoyed the hardcover. I know people got the soft cover, but I think the hardcover would be the way to go with it. Right there. But there you are, people. Kit Carter, Planet Doom. I'm going to just say like 9 out of 10. I really liked it. I just thought that, the main bad guy, Lord Menace out there, he just needed a little bit more work. Not so much in the comedic realm. He needed to be a little bit more serious. He needed to be a little bit more of the straight man. The villain, I don't mind a villain being funny and humorous. Things need to happen to them that are humorous. They need to be bad and in the way of our main hero out there. That's their job. The antagonist's job is just to be in the way of the main hero. Make sure that they just can't get what they need to get done. So throwing in just kind of one line. Let me see if I can find a couple one-liners in there from Lord Menace, which, by the way, he numbered it as well there. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, here we go. I think we were looking at this earlier. So, there we go. Hangry ruler. He is a hangry ruler. He's asking about his lunch. Let's see. Is it too much to ask for takeout just once on this planet? Yes. Secretary of the Interior, present yourself with better news than the seer. Anyways, he goes on with it. I thought it was, he was trying to be evil, I suppose, but, you know, they're just kind of joking around and yucking it up in some of these scenes here, and I just thought he needed to be a little bit more of a serious bad guy. There is what is it called? The Eye of Ominion. The Eye of Ominion. AKA the Eye of the MacGuffin. Yeah, so, you know, you got stuff like, you know, they're trying to get his lunch. You know, I don't know if that was, yeah, like, Your Grace, perhaps there's something, good news to be had after all. You found my lunch. You know, one-liners like that, it's okay, but once again, I figured that he needed to be a little bit more of the straight, evil guy than just kind of yucking it up in there. But anyways, it came with some great cards. Nice sticker here. A couple, you saw the Lord Menace and the other sticker there. And, hold on, where is it? Where is it, people? I always enjoy this as well. I always enjoy although he didn't sign it. I always enjoy the nice letter that they send out. You know, thank you for supporting Kid Carter Planet Doom campaign. The project would not have been possible without your generous and faithful support. Well, little Timmy's faithful support. Beer's just here to review it, but thank you, Aaron. Thank you so much. So, anyways, enjoyed it. Enjoyed it very much. Kid Carter, Planet Doom. Again, I thought it was going to be a little bit more of, you know, kind of an action adventure. That's what Bear kind of figured that it was going to be, with what it kind of looked like. You know, just kind of, the artwork, the direction of it, that's just what it looked like to Bear. So I guess I could be wrong. I could be reading that a little bit the wrong way there with Lord Menace. I would play with his character a little bit if that would be the one piece of advice that Bear could give out there. But otherwise, very good. Aaron, you get the old thumbs up from Bear. I'm not flicking anybody off. There's my other claws there, but there you go. There is the old thumbs up. There we go. Thumbs up for Kid Carter right there, people, right there. So yeah, there's the other two. There's the other two cards, and you saw the letter there, people. So a very professionally done. I thought everything was really good. I'm not sure if this is going to be oversized or not. I never got the soft cover. I always try to tell people, go ahead, get the hardcover. You're going to enjoy it. And the hardcover actually had the artwork in the back there from some of the other artists. So another great reason to get it. So very good, very professional book. Enjoyed the letter as well. That was a nice touch. Got a great sticker. Some great trading cards. Still need to figure out how to trade the cards, but some great cards out there. And looking forward to some more stuff there from Aaron. Aaron Lopresti out here. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. So appreciate it. Appreciate it so very much, Aaron. Appreciate it so very much. All right, let me get back to you, good people out here, and see what you have to say. Lord Menace should call himself Lord, I'm actually a really nice guy. The Rockmaster has been working the nightclubs for years. Let's see. Who would name a planet Doom? Might as well call it Planet You Don't Want to Visit Here. It was called something else. I forget exactly the name of it, but it was kind of like, you don't want to go there, so we just call it Planet Doom. So that's what they were doing. Cannot do the OK symbol anymore. Oh my goodness. Ooh, can we change the words of rock lobster to rock monster? While I read it and I never looked at it as an 80s Saturday morning cartoon homage. I'll read it again, maybe it will read differently. What did you think, P-Money? What did you think of the book itself, number one, and the story, the story that goes along with it? Um, we had Fly Fox Pro in here last night. I was hoping he would show back up and I'd be able to hear what he had to say about it. Apparently, he really liked it. So I know a lot of people are big fans of Aaron Lopresti. I kind of felt that what was it? A Wraith of God was a better book only because it was a little bit more serious, and I thought that's what Kid Carter was going to be. It was a little bit more humorous than I thought it was going to be. I wasn't expecting it to be a comedy, so I was just wondering, like, if other people may have read some of the previous books, and like, does that go along with it? Does that go along with it? I don't know. It was a fun read, not the most entertaining story though. It was a basic story. Go here, check out the MacGuffin. Bad guy and I don't know what you would call it, omnipresent guardian of the galaxy, fight it out amongst themselves. The only thing that I don't like, and I probably should have put this in the review as well, but I never really got a grasp of either Kit Carter or the Space Chimp, Merv the Space Chimps. I never really got their characters. The only thing that I know about Kit Carter is that she owes rent. Apparently they owe rent, and I'm not really sure what they actually do. I know they're Galactic Rangers, but it almost was like they were space truckers. It seemed like they were trying to deliver stuff, and that's how they made money. Um, I, I was unclear about that. I was a little unclear about that. It's kind of the downside to it when you put out a book that has a run before it, but you're coming to the new independent kind of Comicsgate audience, and some of those people might not have read the book. So you might have some people coming in that knows what's going on, but you got other people like Bear that are coming in, completely blank. So I would have liked to have known a little bit more about Kid Carter. The space chimp, he seemed a little too nonchalant. Maybe that's his character. Um, but yeah, I wish that I would have known a little bit more about her character. Would have been able to connect a little bit more with her character there in the book. Um, Again, it was just kind of a nice, fun space romp, throwback to a 1980s cartoons. It was good. It was good. It was good. Yeah, I was thinking that we needed more of an origin story as part of it. Yeah, I really can't tell you like um I know Kid Carter she needs rent, and I thought there was an interesting part in the book. She starts to talk about like her way into the Galactic Space Rangers. So it was, you know, the typical, the father figure out there says, you're our last hope. You're the best hope out there. I'm counting on you. This and that, whatever. And then she's just like, oh no, that was just a dream. Or it was a bad TV episode that she was watching, and the landlord was knocking on the door looking for rent, and that was her main objective. Her main focus was apparently getting rent. So you're putting yourself through death defying adventures to be able to pay rent. Listen, you can get a lot out of that sort of economic sort of humor out there, but it was one note. It was kind of one note. I wish there was a little bit more to her personality out there that Bear could kind of, latch onto a little bit more. So other than that, yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good. I thought that Wraith of God was the better book, but again, you're comparing kind of a western to a comedy, so it's not quite apples to apples out here, people. All right, give Beer 1 second. I need to turn off some lights. All right, there we go. There we are. Yes, indeed. Oh, I need to find my. There we are. Let's see. P Money says, and let me bring you in here, by the way, just so we can have. I feel like I'm talking to myself here. All right, there we go. I thought the art in Wraith of God was his best. I didn't mind some of the stuff that he had, as far as the artwork that he had. Like I said, the layer. I thought the coloring in this was just outstanding, but that's of course, Kelsey Shannon out here. But no, he did a great job with it. Again, if you're sort of thinking that it's a 1980s Saturday morning cartoon homage, I thought he hit it pretty well. Um, like Hanna-Barbera, that sort of look to it. I thought he did. I thought he did really well. This one was great. This one was great. As a full page, I should have turned to that. Um, so he did a really good one. There was another one in there. Gosh, do I have it? Um, I think I might have the pencils. 1 second. Let me see if I can find it here. Let's see. Okay. 1 second here. As Bear VM says he tries to find what he's looking for. Yeah, I'll do the pencils here. So there's the pencils on one of them, and I think I got the other one with the inks as well. But this was another one where um, it's a full page, so you can see a lot of the detail. Let me see if I can find the inks on this one. Give Bear another moment. Searches. I should have done this earlier. Professional show, people. Professional show. Let's see, is this it? No, that's not it. Let me see if. Hold on, let me see if I can find it here. 1 second. Thing with the thing. Yeah, I do have it. Let's see, what is that? Okay. Here we go. There's that. Thing with the thing. Okay. So. Oh, okay. Alright, alright. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, so there is the pencils. Let me see if I can find the inks here. 1 second. Um, I could have just shown it in the book for crying out loud. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so there is the inks to it. Looks a little bit better there. You'd barely see the pencils. Barely see the pencils to it, but there's the inks for it. So like this, like it's a full page, and yeah, there was a lot going on with it, as you can tell. And I think I called this very early on. We were doing I think a campaign update on this, and I got the artwork for it. I says, look at the monkey there. He's just pointing at. He's like, go eat her. I figured. I just thought that was no. He said something very similar to that in the book. Merv was always throwing Kit Carter underneath the bus whenever they got in trouble. So Uh, Interesting. It's an interesting character. I don't know if it's a. If you're gonna do that, you gotta make the space chimp likable for some reason. Um, you gotta have some reason why we're rooting for him, even though he's trying to throw our main character underneath the bus. It can't just be like I think in the book it's like you're the only person that likes me or something like that. Um, it gotta be a little bit more than that. But no, he did great work. Great work. Great work. Well, his artwork is always good. Not saying that it's bad. No, it's not bad. No, I didn't. I didn't take it that way, people. I didn't take it that way. Anyway, so good stuff. Good stuff from Aaron. Aaron Lopresti. So there you go, people. There you go. Some good stuff from him. So I hope you enjoyed the review. I haven't done a review in a little bit, people. I need to get back to it. I figured, I got this channel that talks about comics. I should probably read a couple comics here. The stack is just stacking up, people. I need to thin down the stack here. So hopefully we'll get to a couple more here in a little bit here, people. So hope you enjoyed that. Hope you enjoyed that. All right, let me grab a drink. 1 second here. All right. Is Melissa still with us? Melissa, what did you think? What did you think about it out here? Oh, she's still with us here. Maybe going to get a pizza. You never know. You never know. Unfortunately, there hasn't been very many campaign review opportunities. You mean like on Indiegogo? Yeah, I used to do those, but okay. I will explain Bear's philosophy behind the campaign reviews. So unless it's something like really big, like the last one I did was Cyberfrog, the third Cyberfrog, just to kind of show people, okay, this is what's in the campaign and everything. I didn't want to do campaign reviews for every single book because I would just be here forever, and I don't know if it'd be. I know the artist would enjoy it. Some of the people out there might enjoy it as well, but it just becomes too much of a load for old Bear out here. So I had to pick my battles. So usually it had to do with if somebody was running a campaign. Behind the scenes info. Behind the scenes info. Yes. So if I was doing a campaign review, it had to be something unique. So I remember a while back, I think one of them was the Fatal, or Fat L if you prefer, a campaign out there. What they did differently and what Bear's been saying for a while is have a tier on there where you get your books first. Out there. If you want to spend a couple extra dollars on that, you get your books first. They actually did that. So, or your boy Zax, he did the zany $1 deal a while back. So, I reviewed that out there. So, things that are unique and interesting and different, or just really large campaigns, that's where I would go with the campaign reviews. But a lot of times it just took quite a while. And some of them that I did, a number of people looked at and enjoyed, and some of the ones that Bear did, I might get like 3 views or something like that. So it wasn't. I hate to say it's not worth my time, but it took a lot of work for, not a whole lot of eyeballs that are going on into it. So you just kind of had to figure that out. But yeah, maybe one of these days we'll do another campaign review. But none of them have really caught Bear. Maybe I could do one for Fund My Comic. We did one a while back, and I still have the artist stores up there in the description. We did one. Let's see. Eric Weathers, Renee, and Pete Cimetti. Alterna Comics out there. So I just kind of looked at their web pages. This is kind of back when Indiegogo was doing some shenanigans out there. So I says, hey, let's take a look at the artist web pages out there. So throwing some eyeballs out that way, and hopefully that helped out a little bit. But yeah, it's got to be something kind of unique, different, something Bear's interested in, something along those lines. I just, listen, if I were to do campaign reviews, I'd be here, I'd be doing a show a day. No, that's not gonna work, and I don't want to be out there with some artists is like, oh, you reviewed this, but you didn't review mine or whatever. It's like, there's no way that Bear would be able to win. So it had to be something different, unique, interesting, fun, worthwhile for people to entertain. Otherwise, hey, go check out whatever book. You know, it's fine. You know, we can do that without having to do a whole campaign review. You know, there's only so many tiers out there that, you know, how many different uh, cards or bookmarkers or stickers, you know, can you do as an add-on before it just kind of becomes a blur. So anyways, there's a little bit behind the scenes review of the campaign reviews. That's why we haven't been doing it. No, I get it, Bear, it's fine. I'm not weeping. Bear isn't reviewing campaigns. Why, Bear? Why? Why aren't you reviewing campaigns? Well, you know, reasons. Reasons, people. Reasons. That's why. You got to hear why. You got to hear why. Alright, we've got just a little bit of news out here. I spent most of the time on a review, but it was worth it, people. Oops, not that one, for crying out loud. It was definitely worth it checking out Aaron Lopresti's book. I still have not read. Oh gosh, here it comes. I still have not read Wraith of God 2. I still have it. It's in the stack. I literally had an old school review of Wraith of God 1. When Bear used to do the review videos, and put a lot of effort into it. I still have all of the panels loaded up. I just have not done a review of Wraith of God. So I don't know. Maybe people want to look at a review of a book from like several years ago. I don't know. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that Bear wants to get done, and just doesn't have the time to be able to get doing it. So, I just need more time. People. I can just get rid of the whole live shows and just go back to straight videos. We can do that. It would take Bear about 2 weeks to do a review. About a week and a half to 2 weeks to get everything together, get it all loaded up and written up, all of the panels kind of figured out. Started to do music with it as well, so I tried to find the right music. I would do a combination of live and the book, back and forth. Editing, man, that took a while. The voice actors must be getting up there in age by. By the way, yes, okay. Anyways, here we are, people. At Deadline, we've got our news of the day, people. The news of the day from Deadline. Nelly Andreeva. Okay, that's a new one. She's getting the big assignments out here, people. From Deadline. Fox picks up 4 seasons. Not 1, not 2, not 3, people. 4. Quattro seasons. And not just of The Simpsons. That would be Family Guy, Bob's Burgers, and The Return of American Dad, which has been in, limbo over there at TBS that nobody ever watched. I really enjoy American Dad. I found that funnier than Family Guy. Family Guy was funny for a couple seasons and then kind of just went downhill. American Dad was great. American Dad was excellent. I think a lot of the people originally at Family Guy, when they got canceled the first time, went over to do American Dad. And then when Family Guy got picked back up, they went with different people. So a lot of the original people with Family Guy went to American Dad. Pretty cool. Anyways, in an unprecedented 4x4 order, And that's not from Home Depot, people. Fox has picked up 20th TV animation series for 4 seasons each. Renewing animated stalwarts such as The Simpsons, Family Guy, Bob's Burgers, and American Dad. Coming back after 11 years, people. Also with 4 seasons. So all of those get 4 seasons. So that's going out into 2930. Solidifying its status as the top-tier linear home of adult animation. The network, called the Pact with Disney Studios, which has been in the works for months, a mega animation deal. Meganimation Deal. Whatever. It's big, people. It's big. Let's see. Bart is continuously 10 and Homer is permanently 40 or 39. I was younger than Bart when it started. Now I'm older than Homer. Oh, man. That's why you gotta stay a perfect 29, P-Money. That's where it's at, man. That's where it's at. It'll take them through the 28-29 broadcast season. Matches the length of the $1.5 billion extension Fox signed with Disney streamer Hulu in November, which also runs through 29. It was that deal that includes in-season streaming rights to Fox's slate that paved way for blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Anyways, according to sources, the 4 pickups are for 15 episodes. So usually it's like 20 episodes. Yeah, okay, the standard is 22 episodes on broadcast networks, including Fox, have been increasingly favoring shorter runs for scheduling and probably financial reasons. Let's see, they've already been airing fewer than 22 episodes already. Oh, good to see Amy here. Great to have you here. You missed our great review. Of Kit Carter Planet Doom. P-Mike says I barely watch any of these shows anymore. I have not missed a Simpsons up until this season. We cut the cable got cut at the cave out here, and trying to get the old bunny ears going. There's a lot of work. So I've not seen any of this season's stuff. But yeah, I still watch. The Simpsons is still good. It went through that kind of drought for a while, but and then everybody kind of throws poo-poo on it and everything. Within the past 6-7 years, it's been really good. I've enjoyed The Simpsons. I haven't watched Family Guy in years. I've never watched Bob's Burgers. No, I take that back. I watched it one time. It's the same voice as the guy from Archer, which threw Bear off completely. I'm like, wait a minute, that's just weird, and I just never watched any of the other episodes. American Dad, I watch on occasion. So that's pretty cool. Amy asked, oh really, how was it? Well, you had to be here, Amy. You had to be here, but it was great. Beer said, what did I say, P-Money? 9 out of 10. Kind of a Saturday morning cartoon homage, throwback type situation there with Kid Carter. I thought, I didn't know going in it was going to be a comedy. And I thought it had strangely enough, it had too much comedy. One of the characters, one of the main bad guys, needed to play it a little bit more straight. He's a little bit more kind of comedic and ha-ha-ha sort of funny kind of deal. That's the only, and apparently Kid Carter was also either comic strip or comic book previous to Planet Doom, so for Bear at least, I didn't quite get her character. Well, I got her character, she didn't have enough depth for Bear to kind of latch onto. Otherwise, I enjoyed it. P-Money still watches the Halloween episodes. I'm assuming of The Simpsons out here. Alright, doing 50 episodes, which is still considered a full season, will give Fox room on the schedule for its own animated series like Crapopolis. I watched like 2 minutes of that and clicked that off. And Grimmsburg, I've never seen that one. Which the network makes money off of by selling them internationally. So there you go, people. Pretty good stuff. If you enjoy The Simpsons out there. Holy cow, 42.4 billion minutes viewed on Family Guy and Bob's Burgers. Holy cow. Top 10 comedies of 2023-24 season. All right, good deal. For almost a decade, Family Guy has been Fox's most streamed program, averaging almost 10 million viewers a season. There you go, pretty cool. Pretty cool. So that would make it, let's see, the 24th through 27th season of Family Guy, the 37th through 40th, holy cow, season of Simpsons. I mean, it's like Peabody says, you know, you grow up watching it, and now you have kids that are watching it. That's how long it's been on. And American Dad seasons 20 through 23, so that's been on there for a while. Been on there for quite a while. What's the Young and Restless? What does that have to do with it? For your pickups are extremely rare these days. CBS's daytime drama, The Young and the Restless, is in the middle of one right now. Which, by the way, hold on, that gives me great opportunity for, where is it? Where is it? You know it's coming, people. You know it's coming. The hell's going on here? First you're doing a review of Kit Carter, and now you're talking about The Simpsons coming back for 40 seasons? Oh, that's gonna happen, Rick. That's gonna happen. Grrrr. No, it is gonna happen, Ridge. It is gonna happen. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Ooh, one of Bear's stories. The old Young and the Restless. No, it's the bold and the beautiful. That is Bear's. That is Bear's story out here. It is. All right, I had this the last time. It's a long story. Long story out here. I might get to it the next time. Talking about 007. They had a shake-up over there at Amazon. They've gotten the lady that was in charge of the studio, Amazon Studios over there. She is out. They brought somebody else back in. And we hope, well, we're looking at this as a positive that, you know, they're going to get rid of all of the woke sort of ideas for James Bond and just maybe make it just a straight James Bond film with a new actor, maybe a good director out there. So I might do that the next time. We had the sorority girl as well. I think we played this one to death the last time. So I'll skip past it. Sorority girl got arrested, people, and she looked good in her mugshot. So that's the story, people. What can I tell you? What can I tell you, people? We had this, I think, the last time. If not, it was the other show. Talking about food at the baseball park and some of the crazy stuff that's going on. This one is at the Mets. Ben Coast over here at the New York Post. Look at this, people. Look at this. This is just, like, okay. Some of the stuff, okay, like the cookies, I could see as a ballpark food. Chicken wings, I'm not so sure. You know, okay, maybe, you know, sandwiches, I could see that for sure. A giant tomahawk steak? I don't see that in the stands, man. I just don't see you with one hand just like chomping down on a giant steak here. But let's go ahead, people. Let's check out. We checked out the Yankees the last time. Let's go across the city. Check out the Mets, people. See what they got in store for what we have here. Lobster and escargot at the next ball game. Let's see. Their strategy appears to be working. Citi Field, which is where they play, just won USA Today's 10 Best Reader's Choice Award for Best Baseball Stadium Food for the third consecutive year. And the Post previews this season's Citi Food menus so fans will know what to expect in the team's first home game this Friday against those evil Toronto Blue Jays. Boo. Boo. You get a giant tomahawk steak, people. As big as your head, apparently. Holy how do you... Peanuts here, peanuts, get your peanuts, get your hot dogs, get your tomahawk steaks here, tomahawk steaks. Let me just throw it at you. How do you Do you expect to hand that down the line there to get to the person that ordered it? I have no idea. Holy cow, that is a giant steak, people. The belle of the ballpark is a dry-aged tomahawk steak. Super tender, bat-sized bone branded with the Mets logo. There it is right there. They branded it. How in the hell? As Mel Landro, the restaurant project manager and Mel's Butcher Box founder, told the Post, where else can you order a tomahawk for two? Sit down. Oh, it's in a restaurant. I thought it was at the actual ballpark. And then go watch. It's probably up in the the owner's box and some of the fancy boxes up there probably. Tipping the scales at 38 ounces. This Flintstones evoking hunk of meat is around 3 times the size of a normal steakhouse ribeye. It will run as a special. The price has not been set yet. Just lay your credit card down on the counter. You're not going to be using that anymore. Just go ahead and lay it down. There you are, people. If you wanted a Nets branded. Do you take the bone home with you after you're done chomping down on the steak? I don't know. How do you balance a steak dinner on your lap as you watch the game? That's a really good question, Amy. Apparently, it's a tomahawk steak for two, so maybe one person holds it while the other person eats, and then you kind of swap out in between. That's forget the kiss cam. Just watch the tomahawk steak cam. Somebody just like rah, 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 chomping into a tomahawk steak. Holy cow, people! On a bed of pine needles. No, that's probably rosemary. Looks like rosemary to beer. So fresh rosemary. Go along with your tomahawk steak, man. Oh yeah, so you keep the bone as a souvenir, or you throw it at somebody. I mean, you can probably throw it at the evil. Who are they playing? The Blue Jays. Throw it at one of the players down there on the field. Boo, Blue Jays! Bap! Hit him with the bone. Ay ay ay. Guy has a whole bag of tomahawk steaks walking down the aisles. Get your tomahawk steaks right here at the ballpark. Get your tomahawk steaks. It's branded with the Mets logo. Don't ask how much it is. You don't want to ask. Don't want to ask. Usually, like in the restaurants, if you ordered a tomahawk steak, you're talking at least 80, you're probably talking a good 150 bucks. At least. You're probably talking a good 100 at the ballpark. I'm gonna guess this goes for like 200 bucks. You could say it's for two, so it's like, we're just paying $100 each for this giant tomahawk steak, the size of this lady's head. But, yeah, I would say probably a good 200 plus. Mets Suite members can get custom engraved as well, so you gotta be a Suite member. You can't just be some schlub out there to get it branded with the Mets logo. You're here on your anniversary, or Valentine's, or it's a birthday party, whatever. We can have Pat LaFrida rebrand himself. We can have Pat LaFrida himself rebranded at the warehouse, and we'll send it over to the Mets Stadium so you can get it branded with other stuff, I guess. Interesting. Mouthful of barbecue sauce, then the kiss cam points at you. Maybe you can clean them and use them as drumsticks. Boom. There we go. Yeah, thank you, Melissa. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the review. Get your tomahawk steaks here, right here, folks. Tomahawk steaks right here. If you have to ask for it, you can't afford it. Can't afford it. You gotta really clean them. Really, really, really clean them. Alright, this looks like a little bit more of a better option for the ballpark. Chef, I always called him Chief. Chef Kwame Onowatchi's curry chicken patty. Rookie of the Year award should go to Patty's Place. I keep calling him Chief. Chef Kwame, whatever, whose high-end Caribbean restaurant. Never thought I'd hear that. Tatiana is so popular that one diner flew in from Bermuda just to eat there. First off, you just go to the Caribbean. You're already halfway there. Keeping with the theme of his Manhattan flagship, pardon me, Manhattan flagship, this fast casual spots. What? Fast casual, for crying out loud. Just two guys with a dream. Two guys with a dream. Fast Casual Spot specializes in modern remixes of the traditional Caribbean fare, including the tasty curried chicken patty with jerk barbecue, coleslaw, and a green sauce. Mmm. A bookended by pillowy cocoa buns. Cocoa buns. He's all smiles for that one. Just don't add too much habanero dip sauce because it's really hot. You would figure that Caribbean jerk would be hot. It would be hot. Let's see. The Pub Burger. From the Burger Hall of Fame at Citi Field. So let's see what we got. Yankee star Juan Soto wasn't the Mets' only big get this year. Big get this year. Adam Richman's burger sauce. Wait, what? There he is. I thought he's dead. Holy cow. He's a chef? Huh. I thought he just ate stuff. Okay. Adam Richman's Burger Hall of Fame has collaborated with La Frenda to induct 2 new burgers inspired by his travels abroad. A baseball fan. I literally thought he was dead. I thought he had a heart attack. A baseball fan. Oh, by the way, R.I.P. Val Kilmer. A baseball fans can bite into a Fiesta burger with Mexican cheese, spicy guacamole, tortilla chips, and more. That's not a burger, man. It's not a burger. There's also the Pub Burger, stuffed with thick-cut bacon, melted leeks, pork rinds, and a Welsh rabbit. Rarebit. A Welsh rarebit. I apologize. You could get a Welsh rabbit as well. Maybe you'd order that on the side with your tomahawk steak. Wales's answer to beer cheese. Oh, okay. With a pretzel roll, a pinch hitting for a sesame bun. I get you now. I get you. Honey, I'm taking you to a very expensive restaurant. And there's a show at the restaurant, too. Oh, I'm sure she'll really enjoy that. What do I do with a branded boat after the game? Well, obviously, you put it up in all your sports memorabilia. Of course. Duh. What do you think you would do with it? Apparently really, really expensive Jenga, says Melissa. Amy says bury it and make future scientists go, what? Or present day dogs go, You know what the burger needs? A giant branded bone, says Amy. Dinner and a show. Baseball lands in his soup. Aw. Waiter, there's a baseball in my soup. I literally thought this guy was dead. He did the Man versus Food show where, like, it was competitive eating, like, can you eat 45 hot dogs in an hour? And he would just be like, you could literally watch him, like, through the seasons, like, gain, like, 50 pounds. I lived in England for a couple months out of the year. I'm so sorry, sir. And I learned this chef in Wales how to make a proper Welsh rarebit. The Man versus Food, Alon told the Post. Yeah, Man versus Food. Best of all, the patties are medium rare in the center, elevating it above your average ballpark hockey puck. Well, don't go to the ballpark for hockey pucks, for crying out loud. By the way, the Bolts won last night. Charging headlong into the playoffs, Peabody. Headlong, baby. I'm waiting to find out. Is it going to be a Florida versus Canada? Or Florida versus Florida playoffs? We might need to get our revenge from last year. Might need to. Keep it down, or else everyone else will want one. Korean fried chicken at Judy Jew's Soulbird and Soul, not like Soul Train, not Soul, like in Korea. Totally different Soulbird. you'd figure you'd figure Judy Jew. Well, maybe okay. Never mind. Let me not go there. Another home run is Soul Boots' famous fried chicken, which is fried for 24 hours. What's so different about? How do you eat this? I suppose you have a fork. Is that rice that they have? There's a little version of served atop a bed of short-grain kimchi fried rice and veggies. I do not go to the ballpark for veggies, man. How do you eat this? I suppose with your hands. I'd hate to be next to that guy at the ballpark. Crying out loud. Oh, yeah. Finally, something you can eat with your hands. That would be the Pig Beach Barbecue, people. Smoked turkey. Smoked turkey. Okay, we'll go with it. Change up from the usual barbecue. Take a drink. A change up. They're paid by the puns out here. From the usual barbecue meats, that would be Pig Beach's barbecue smoked turkey salado served with a warm and tangy vinegar slaw, Alabama white sauce, top of Martin's potato roll. Ooh la la. And they describe it as a sleeper hit. People look at it and they're like, hey man, that ain't no friggin' tomahawk. What's up with that? They're like, smoked turkey. Whose idea was that? They say, eat the sandwich and tell me it's not good. Well, just shove it through the USB port and I'll let you know. I will let you know. Let's see. Well, Leafs are doing pretty good this year, so they're the Jets. So are the Jets. So there's a good chance that we could have a Jets versus Tampa Bay in the finals. No, I'm actually looking at the first game. It could be. It depends on where they land. It's gosh, what is it like? They're within 1 point of each other. Toronto is like 89 or 90. Tampa Bay's right behind them. And the Panthers are right behind Tampa Bay. So it could go either way. And then you have, let's see, Ottawa and, pardon me, people, hockey talk for a second, as we're talking about baseball food. Then you have Ottawa and, I haven't looked just yet, but I think Montreal is pretty close. So, yeah, it could be like a Florida versus Canada team right up front, or a Florida versus Florida team right up front. That's what I was talking about. So, yeah, the Jets, yeah, they're doing pretty good. They're doing pretty good as well. I got the chance to see whenever they played. They played the Tampa Bay early. I want to say November, maybe November, December time frame. It could have been even mid-October. They went out west pretty early. So, that'd be interesting. I'd like to see a Jets versus Tampa Bay. That'd be awesome. That'd be a long flight, though. That'd be literally going across the country, man. Literally. All right, the rest, people. The rest. You get fried Oreos with a chocolate sauce. Let's see. You get pizza. Okay. Multi-meat gyros. Cheese steaks. And jerk turkey meatballs. Okay. Top it off with a fried Oreo, people. Top it off with a fried Oreo. There we go, people. Yeah, I just thought it was weird that they were going to have giant tomahawk steaks at a baseball game. It didn't make... There they are. There's all the stuff there. Just like, how does that work? How do you eat this? Can you... nom, 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 nom. Can you imagine? Can you imagine being next to that guy in the ballpark? Like, oh, okay. It's the guy that's eating the giant tomahawk steak. Okay. That would be interesting. Oh, yeah, I could see. I guess it could be Montreal versus Tampa Bay. When you say Canadian, it's hard to tell which Canadian team you mean. Which, by the way, Montreal, who's their head coach? Marty St. Louis, former Tampa Bay Stanley Cup winner, man. Stanley Cup winner. Oh, we miss old Marty. Out there. So yeah, it could be. It depends on where the wild card ends up. There's a lot of teams angling for the wild card out there. It's pretty close. I think we knocked out the New York Islanders. I don't think they're going to be able to make the playoffs. Man, oh man, some of those Tampa Bay, New York Islander playoffs they were brutal, man. They were brutal. We faced them back to back in the Stanley Cup years, baby. Oh man, those were some games, man. Those were some games, P-Money. In the bubble? Had to play him in the bubble for crying. Had to play him in Canada. Two American teams. We had to play him in Canada. Terrible. Terrible stuff. Dang you, COVID. Dang you. Dang you all. Anyways, there we are, people. New York Post, Ben Coast. Get your giant tomahawk steak at the ballpark. Take me out to the ballpark. Take me out to the game. And get me a giant tomahawk steak that I can eat. Very good. Very good. All right. Well, there we go, people. I think we got a great review in of the Kit Carter Planet Doom book. If you haven't checked it out, you can go back. Of course, we've also got the archive. So if you're watching it on the, you know what I'm gonna do? I am going to I will clip this out and make it its own video. So it might be a couple weeks. I'm not gonna do it right away. I am back. People, I am backlogged. All right, I've got a question here. I got a question here for you. So has anyone added salmon yet? That's not my question, but that's a very good question. What was my question? Oh, that's right. Okay, so we had an episode a couple weeks back where we happened to show a TV series called The Powerpuff Girls. It was going to be a remake on Warner Brothers. Or no, excuse me, on the CW network, which doesn't even exist anymore. They never showed the show. So somebody actually found the trailer to it. So we ended up showing it here on the show. I didn't play the music. I didn't play anything other than the actual whatever the trailer was. And Bear got struck. Bear got struck for it. So I have been trying. People, I'm up to my 8th version of that episode, trying to put it up on the dang archive, and I keep getting struck. And now I get another one from back in December of last year. We were showing the Superman trailer, and I got struck for that. So thanks, Warner Brothers. Thanks a lot. So I need to figure out how the hell I'm going to be able to upload these videos here when they keep getting copyright struck. So I don't know, man. I'm thinking about just making it blank. I hate to do that. It feels like it's throwing in the towel. People, I've tried blurring it. I've blurred it to oblivion. You can't see what's going on. That gets struck. I shrink it down. It's like half the size. That gets struck. In addition to being blurred, I've twisted it like 40 degrees or something like that. That still gets taken out. I've not figured out how to get around the litigious nature of Warner Brothers here. Wow, even blurring it, shrinking it. I'm gonna take a gamble here, P-Money. I'm going to take a very big gamble here. Let me see. I'm at the last of the show here, so if Bear gets kicked off, you'll know why. Let me see. Let me load it up here. Hold on 1 second. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's see, what was it called? Here we go. Let's see, do that. Do the thing with thing. Alright, here we go. So I've blanked it out. Let me just unblank it. There we go. Alright, let's see if I get struck here just for showing this. Alright, let me bring in the thing with the thing. Do the thing, and okay, that's fine. I don't care. What is it? There we go. In case it happens, have a good night, everybody. It should be so small and so blurred that I'm not going to play it, but I just want to show you what I'm talking about here. Alright, so there is... Oh, let me shrink this. Hold on just 1 second, people. Get rid of that stuff so you can actually see it. Oh, the thing with the thing here. There we go. So there's Final Cut right there. That's what I'm working with. So you see the timeline down below, right? So I've already clipped it. I've already clipped it out here, so as I'm playing it, I've blurred it. I've shrunk it down. I've turned it to the side, and it's still being struck. Still being struck out there. So I don't know. Maybe it's the very beginning here where it shows that. I have no idea, but I shrink it down here, and this gets censored. So what I've had to do is I've just basically blacked it out to be able to show it. I haven't uploaded that one just yet to see if it works, but God, I really hate to just black it out because that's just terrible. But anyways, it was from Camera Shy. Ironically enough, the one that got struck was the name Camera Shy. So there we are. It was what? We're talking 2 minutes. 2 minutes, and then of course I get struck for several minutes. I had to bring it back to take it off, and then they struck me. So then, what was it? At 12 minutes, so they struck me at what? At 7 minutes, so yeah, almost 6 minutes later of just dead air in between there before we got back to it. It's a good episode. I liked it. We talked about the box with nothing in it, the toy box with nothing in it. What else did we do? Cat memes, of course. Mickey 17, we were talking about that. What else did we talk about? DC stuff. I forget exactly. Oh, the AI at McDonald's. All sorts of stuff there, people. But yeah, that episode. Oh, and our chicken episode as well. Best chicken episode. And Amy showing her great artwork that she did. She colored for Bear over Mike Miller and showed that. And you know what? Maybe Mike Miller's striking me. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not Warner Brothers after all. Maybe it is Mike striking me, even though Bear got it fair and square. Anyways, great stuff, Amy. Great stuff. Thank you so much. And I hope I saw your email earlier today. I hope you saw my reply out there. Maybe the cat memes are copywritten. Maybe. There's some good cat memes out there, people. Some really good cat memes. Anyways, how could he? How dare he? How dare you, Mike? So, anyways, I am behind on all that stuff, so I'm gonna try. Might be a week or two, but I will break this out, make it its own video for the review of Kid Carter, people. Kid Carter. I sent your reply to Kevin. All right, thank you. I think I have his email somewhere. I got another piece from the auctions. Gosh, this was a couple years back. What was it? A Blade. It was Blade. Kevin Sharp's Blade. The Vampire Hunter. Not he didn't just draw like a razor blade or something like that. So I think I still have his email somewhere. I just need to find it. And see if he has any questions or if I need to give him some information or anything like that. So anyway, so that is that. And that is that, people. That is that. So you know what, people? I want to thank everybody out there. I want to thank Amy for all her great work that she's doing. I do appreciate it. Do you have a D&Q tonight? You guys have a D&Q tonight? Amy, Melissa as well, of course. Of course, P-Money. Good stuff out there. And of course, Mrs. P-Money and all the little P-Moneys. All of our Russian bots and lurkers. We appreciate each and every one of you. But you know what, people? All this talk about giant tomahawk steaks has made Bear hungry, so he's gonna head back into the woods. So until next time, grrrrr. Night, everyone.